the words that we choose should be chosen consciously, deliberately, because words are powerful. How many times do we see in society today where people are saying words, and now you have the internet, now you have social media, now you have where people can anonymously go on and say all kinds of words, words that can character assassinate, words that can bully, words that can destroy, words that can be positive and uplifting, but there tends to be a lot of words that are being spewed out by people in terms of part of a reaction, as opposed to all of this deep thought and thinking and what you're talking about. There seems to be the other side where you see a lot of people having these words said and then having to retract and or apologize for words that they've said. We see it in politics, we see it in business, we see it in daily life, where people are saying things and like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, I didn't realize that it hurt you. Oh, that's not exactly what I meant. Even though those words were said, that's not what I meant. How does that come into all of this in terms of taking the time to carefully select words that don't assassinate, don't destroy, don't hurt, don't tear others down to make yourself feel bigger and better and more powerful? Because words can do that.
Well, you see, you're talking about this whole power over or power against
There's a lot of
dynamic.
That. Yes.
And we could go into a lot of depth on those topics around anger and fear, but I don't think we have time for that today. We could.
But let's touch on a little of it, because it's prevalent in our society right now.
It is.
They just need to take more care in choosing the words, thinking about the words, sculpting the words, from your perspective? That's
a piece of it, but it's something that people can do. For example, I mean, certainly when someone is in this power under role, where somebody is bullying them or making a lot of derogatory statements about them or putting them down or shaming them or whatever they want to do with their words, the person in the power under role probably, first of all, feels a lot of fear, maybe a lot of guilt. What did I do wrong? What should I have done differently so that this didn't happen? You know, is this my fault? They're asking questions like that.
So they're blaming themselves.
But then, yes, initially. But then there's a point at which, if the bullying continues and the dynamic doesn't shift to this, the person who is being bullied or abused or put down with words, the questioning and the guilt and maybe even the fear shift into rage, which is, this is not my fault. I did not create this, and I am okay. Now that, in a sense, that's a good step, but it often turns into this, okay, this person bullied me, I'm going to bully him back, and then you're in this power.
You're seeing that a lot these days too. People are reacting to being bullied or pushed down, and they're sort of overreacting in ways that are sometimes horrific.
Yeah, and
involving other people who had nothing to do with anything.
Exactly.
Oftentimes, because they're angry at the world, because it might have been something that has been ongoing and never addressed. It festers.
And it escalates.
Yeah,
it can escalate. And the challenge then is, what do I do? First of all, what do I do with my fear? And I can give you a couple of really quick ways to deal with fear or terror when you're aware of it in yourself. I've been through terror. And one is, start looking at your own mind. What is your mind focused on? And I can tell you it will be focused probably on one of two places when you're feeling fear. Either it will be focused in the future. What if this happens? What if that happens? Or it will be focused on what somebody else may think, say, or do. if you stand in your own transparency and authenticity and truth. So you're afraid of the bullying.
And don't always expect or anticipate people to react the way you hope they will, and choose and say the words you wish they would.
Because, and here we get back to the serenity prayer, which is another really good set of words to use as guideposts for shifting your own attitude. The serenity prayer came out of the 12-step programs. Alcoholics Anonymous and all the
Sure,
rest
and
that
others,
are
yeah.
connected with that. But the serenity prayer is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The fear, again, once you notice where your mind is focused, either in the future or on what somebody else may think, say, or do. The antidote, if you choose to use it, I mean, you can leave your mind right where it is and you'll continue to feel the fear. And you'll continue to go through the inner turmoil. Or you can consciously choose to bring your mind back right here, right now, to this present moment. And you ask yourself, what can I do right here, right now, to make a difference and to move my life in the direction I want it to go?